Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we have an exciting and in-depth topic to delve into: AWS Step Functions. If you have been wondering how to simplify and organize your serverless workflows on AWS, you have come to the right place. AWS Step is a powerful tool that lets you design and manage your serverless workflows with ease. Whether you are just starting with AWS or a seasoned expert, we will cover everything you need to know about AWS Step Functions. So buckle up and hit that like button if you are excited as we are. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of your future contents. Without further ado, let's dive headfirst. And before that, if you are one of the aspiring cloud enthusiasts looking for online training and graduating from the best universities, or a professional who elicits to switch careers in cloud computing by learning from the experts, then try giving a shot to Simplilearn's postgraduate program in cloud computing in collaboration with Caltech Center for Technology and Management Education. The course link is mentioned in the description box that will navigate you to the course page, where you can find a complete overview of the program being offered. So let's dive right in the details and explore the magic behind AWS Step Functions. So the first thing we will explore is understanding the AWS Step Function challenges. So before we get into the specifics of AWS Step Functions, let's understand the problem it addresses. As you build larger applications with many different parts, managing and coordinating them can become quite tricky. Absolutely. Imagine you have a bunch of different tasks that need to happen in a specific order to complete a big project. For example, if you want to build a house, you need to follow a specific sequence of steps, like laying the foundation, building the walls, putting on the roof, and so on. But what if something goes wrong in the middle of the process? Like the wall building part doesn't work correctly, or you run out of bricks. That's where the challenge lies. With traditional methods, handling these errors and coordinating everything can become a nightmare. And here comes the AWS Step Functions. Now we'll have an introduction to AWS Step Functions. So here AWS Step Function comes to rescue with these challenges. So AWS Step Functions are like having a master conductor who organizes and orchestrates all the tasks in your application. It helps you build workflows as a series of steps or tasks, making it easier to manage the entire process. That's right, just like a conductor guides the musicians in an orchestra to play their instruments at the right time, AWS Step Functions guides you different services and functions to work together harmoniously. It does this by using something called state machines. So a state machine is like a big map that shows all the different steps your application needs to take to finish its work. Each step in the state machine is a specific task that your application needs to do. It could be running a piece of code, processing some data, or even making decisions based on certain conditions. And now we'll see the components of AWS Step Functions. Now that we have basic understanding, let's talk about the key components of AWS Step Functions. The first and most important component is the state. Each state represents a single task or a step in your workflow, and there are different types of states like task, choice, and parallel. A task state does a specific job like running a Lambda function or an activity. A choice state makes decisions based on conditions, and a parallel state lets you do multiple tasks at once. That's right. And what's really cool is that AWS Step Functions automatically manages the flow between these states. It makes sure that each task happens in the right order, just like following the steps to build a house. And here's the best part. If something goes wrong during one of the tasks, AWS Step Functions can handle it. It can retry the task a few times or even go to different part of the workflow to deal with the problem. And now you can see the state machine diagram on the screen. So this state machine starts with the start state, which represents the beginning of the workflow. From the start state, it goes to the check item stock, that is a state, which is a task state that checks if the requested item is available in the store's inventory. After completing the check item stock task, the state machine proceeds to process payment state, another task state that processes the customer's payment based on their chosen payment method. The notify method state is a choice state that evaluates whether the customer prefers to be notified via email or SMS. If the customer prefers email, the state machine goes to notify customer email state, which is a task state that sends an order confirmation email to the customer. If the customer prefers SMS, The state machine goes to notify customer SMS state, which is another task state that sends an order confirmation SMS to the customer. The parallel state is responsible for running both notify customer email and notify customer SMS tasks simultaneously. Once the tasks in the parallel state are completed, the state machine reaches the end state, which marks the end of the workflow. The visual representation of the state machine provides a clear overview of how AWS Step Functions coordinate in the different tasks and branches in the workflow. It helps in understanding the flow and logic of the serverless application and enables developers to manage and modify the workflow efficiently. And now we'll see how AWS Step Functions work. And now let's see how they will work. Imagine you are a chef and you want to bake a cake. You have different steps like mixing the ingredients, putting the batter in the oven, and decorating the cake. With AWS Step Functions, you can define a state machine for baking a cake. The state machine will list all these steps and the order they need to happen in. So when you start the state machine, it will take you through each step one by one, just like following a recipe. And if you accidentally put too much sugar in the batter, AWS Step Functions can handle that. It can go back and give you another chance to mix the right amount of sugar. Or if the oven suddenly stops working, AWS Step Functions can pause the baking process and wait for the oven to be fixed before continuing. And now we'll see the benefits of AWS Step Functions. AWS Step Functions offer several benefits. Let's highlight a few of them. First, they make your application more reliable. With built-in error handling and automatic retries, you can be confident that your workflows will work smoothly even if something goes wrong. Absolutely. And AWS Step Functions also make your life as a developer easier. The visual workflow designer in the AWS Management Console allows you to see and modify your workflows graphically. Plus, it's highly scalable. As your application grows, AWS Step Functions can handle more and more complex workflows without a hitch. And let's not forget about cost effectiveness. You only pay for the state transitions and the time your workflows are running, which means you can save money while building powerful applications. So these were the benefits of AWS Step Functions. Now we'll see the real-world use cases. AWS Step Functions are incredibly versatile and can be used in many real-world scenarios. For example, if you have a big online store, you can use AWS Step Functions to handle the entire order process, from receiving the order to receiving the payment, checking the inventory, and finally shipping the products. And let's not forget about data processing. AWS Step Functions are perfect for automating data pipelines, where you need to extract, transform, and load data from one place to another. It's also a great tool for managing microservices. If you have different parts of your application running independently, AWS Step Functions can help you coordinate their interactions. And now we conclude this topic, that is AWS Step Functions. So to wrap things up, AWS Step Functions are like having a magical conductor for your applications. They make it easier to manage and coordinate all the different tasks in your serverless workflows. With AWS Step Functions, you get reliability, simplicity, scalability, and cost effectiveness all in one package. So if you are working on AWS and want to simplify your serverless architecture, give AWS Step Functions a try. And now, let's take a minute to hear from our learners who have experienced massive success in their careers.
I will be permanently moving to Europe with my family soon. Simplilearn schools has helped me bag a great job offer there with 60% salary hike. We cannot wait to start our new life in Finland. We are all so excited. Hey, I am Salahuddin Kouadra and I am currently living in Algeria. I'm working as Chief Information Technology Officer at Iris Tires. After working for 23 years in IT sector in Algeria, I felt that my career had become stagnant here. I wanted to experience what it's like to live in Europe, so I started applying to various jobs there. As someone who is responsible for making a decision, I wanted to upgrade my skills. I also realized that to get a new job, I needed to have a professional certification in cloud computing. So last year, I started the postgraduate program in cloud computing in association with Caltech from Simplilearn. It's not easy to get access to Caltech, but Simplilearn provided that with this course, I had the choice to study while I continued with my job. I learned technologies like AWS and Azure during the course. Luckily, my new employers were looking for someone who knew these technologies. I have just completed the course, but my new employers were aware that I was taking this course. And that is how I got this new job offer with 60% salary hike. In Finland, I will be leading the cloud computing unit of my new company. I am really excited not just for myself, but for my family as well. I have 3 daughters. I think I will be able to help them with their higher studies in Europe. As a father, you always want to make decisions that have a positive impact on your children. As for me, I am going to live my dream now. I think dreams come true when you work hard to achieve them.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you have any questions or if there's something specific you would like to cover in a future video, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.